Here's a question worth asking yourselves. Are you hungry and thirsty for God? This is a fundamental question. And I already know the answer. Yes, you are. The problem is most of us never really come to recognize that deep in our hearts, we are hungry. We are thirsting for God. And so what we end up doing is we end up trying to satisfy that hunger and thirst in so many other ways. Of course, that hunger and thirst for God is a hunger and thirst for love, for God is love. And this is what our hearts were made for. God made us for himself, to be fulfilled in love. And we will remain restless our whole lives long, as St. Augustine said, until we rest in God. The scriptures make this abundantly clear. Jesus, when he was tempted in the desert, when he was really physically hungry, and the devil tempted him, why don't you just change these stones into loaves of bread? Jesus said, man does not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God. And one of my favorite Psalms, perhaps my favorite in the book of Psalms, is Psalm 63, where it begins by saying, O God, you are my God. For you I long. For you my soul is thirsting. My body pines for you like a dry, weary land without water. So I gaze on you in the sanctuary to see your strength and your glory. For your love is better than life. And it goes on from there. Your love is better than life. My dear brothers and sisters, it's one of the greatest secrets or the greatest revelations you could ever come to is to recognize that we are hungry and thirsty for God. And God wants to satisfy that hunger and thirst. But just like any food, we must go to the source, right, to feed ourselves. And as long as we keep trying to feed ourselves with things in this world, we're just going to remain famished, impoverished, malnourished, empty, dry, and thirsting. So I encourage all of you brothers and sisters today to recognize deep in your spirit that hunger and thirst for God, and then to seek the Lord, to seek him, to long for him, to pursue him, especially through prayer. That is the fundamental way. Meditating upon his words, receiving him in Holy Communion at Mass, spending time in solitude, resting in God, looking for him, seeking him, crying out to him, Lord, I need you. Lord, I need you. I want you. I desire you. These are the prayers that really pierce the heart of God. And I encourage all of us, myself included, to make those prayers a daily prayer from our heart.